Good morning and welcome back to Questioning Sense with me, Matt. Sorry about the sunlight, it's streaming in because it's the most beautiful day, absolutely freezing cold outside, frost on the ground, brilliant sunshine at last, an actual cold day. So today I'm going to be looking at a couple of clones. Now these are ultra cheapies as well. So it's nice to sometimes look at some of the sort of more affordable fragrances out there, and these are incredibly affordable. They're from the house of Lattafa, which are, I've got quite a few from Lattafa actually, and they make a really good fist of doing lots and lots of different perfumes. They make their own sort of more traditional Arabic perfumes, sort of lots of ouds and roses and that kind of thing, and they also make a lot of clones as well. I have one which was Al Maknoon Silver or something like that. There's a review of it below. It's an Aventus clone effectively, and it's not bad. It's not the greatest, but it's all right. But also they make some really good sort of oudi Middle Eastern style frags. So the two we're going to look at today are Ana Abiyedh. Do apologise if you think I'm bad at French. My Arabic's even worse. And the other one is Ana Abiyedh Rouge. Now this is the one I was wearing this morning doing the school run because it was so cold out there. There's something about this, it just cuts through that crisp air and it's just lovely. So let's have a look at the white one first. I would call this the white one. It's a 70ml bottle. It's got Lattafa written on the bottom there, and there's the front of the bottle. This cap though is absolutely horrible. It's plastic, it's got the Lattafa logo on there, but it's, I mean, this is really bad. It looks like it's been taken from an Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man and then painted white with these sort of fake diamonds in it. Spray is very good. This is actually quite a solid glass bottle. It's if you take the cap off it, it looks all right. It's not too bad. So this one here was the first one I got, and I paid £11 for this. I think I got this on Amazon for 11 quid. And this is a straight up clone of Suspiro's Herba Pura, which is a wonderful fragrance. It's nuclear, it's fruit, it's vanilla, it's woods. Herba Pura is quite polarizing. A lot of people either love it or hate it. I absolutely love it. And this is certainly a pretty damn good clone of Herba Pura. It's I have another clone of Herba Pura which I've reviewed, and that's Al Haramain's Amber Oud Gold Edition. Now this is a 60ml bottle, and this is a lot more expensive than this one. As I say, you can get this one for around 12. I think I paid 11 or 12 pounds for it to be exact. And it's a super cheapie. This one is slightly better quality. But bizarrely, this one smells a little bit like Herba Pura more than this one. This one seems to introduce a melon note that I don't really pick up in Herba Pura. But this, it's a lot more expensive. I mean, the presentation on this one's stunning. It comes in a beautiful box. This one comes in a paper box. It doesn't look all that. But it doesn't really matter because side by side, there's not a lot in it. This one has slightly better performance. It lasts a bit longer. But they smell so alike. They really do. In fact, I would almost assume that Lattafa have cloned this rather than they've cloned Herba Pura, because this smells so much like this and this smells a little bit more like Herba Pura. So there's a chain there, but for the money you can't complain about this. This is really good. I'm actually wearing the other one at the moment, so I'm not going to spray this one now, but it's a very sweet, fruity mix. It's like a blend of fruits with syrup on top, so you don't really get any kind of fruit definition. It just feels very sweet and fruity, like you've taken fruits, you've boiled them down and you've covered them in syrup, and then there's vanilla underneath that, and then there's some sweet woods. There's supposedly oud in this, but I can't get any oud from this whatsoever. I'm not going to bother going down the sort of talking through the list of notes, because this is a straight up clone, so you might as well look at the note listings for Herba Pura, but we're not here to review Herba Pura, we're here to review this one. So it's basically what you're getting is a bottle full of sweet fruits with vanilla and then a woody dry down. It has particularly good projection when you spray it. It kind of fills the room. and it chucks out for a good couple of hours, about 3 hours. It's still really, really projecting, and then it dies off quite quickly. It becomes like a strong skin scent, shall we say, but it stays with you for a good 8-9 hours. So this will get you through a working day, no problem at all. And for the money, you can always make a decant of it and take it around and spray it if you're worried about the performance dropping off. Simply, when you get this, get some decant bottles, fill it up, and take it with you. Really, really good option. And because it's so sweet, you can wear this all year round. It's probably maybe designed for the younger person. It's definitely unisex. Anyone can wear this. I wear it, no problem at all. In fact, what I tend to do is, because it is quite a lot cheaper than this one, and I love this one, as you can see, I've got through quite a lot of that. I don't particularly want to have to replace this. So if I get the urge for wearing this just for any kind of day or whatever, then I'll use that. Just use this to top up with, and use this instead, because this, literally you could spray this all day and replace it. I mean, you could spend, get one a month, and it's not going to kill you. It's like 12 quid a month on this, no problem whatsoever. So, the Rouge version. Now, what could this possibly be a clone of? I'm wearing it at the moment, so I will spray a little bit more now for the purposes of the review. I mean, look, chucks it right out. Now, this entire room smells. This has enormous sillage, as you would expect, because it's quite obviously within seconds of, just by smelling the cat, you will know that this is a clone of Maison Francis Coeur de Gen's Baccarat Rouge 540, and it's a pretty damn good clone as well. It smells, on the opening, incredibly alike. It just nails it. It's got that candy floss vibe, the saffron, the woods, everything's there. It's an Ambroxan bomb. This is chocked full. I mean, obviously they're both going to be chock full of synthetic chemicals, because the cost involved. These are so cheap, but this really does smell like it. It's not a bad clone of Baccarat Rouge 540 at all, and I strongly recommend you try this, especially for the money. I mean, there are that Baccarat Rouge, the BR 540 DNA is in so many fragrances at the moment. It's incredibly popular. You have this, which is my favourite, which is Thomas Kosmala's number 4, Après l'Amour. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. This is my favourite I prefer this over Baccarat Rouge 540, to be honest. But this isn't cheap, and this is only in the UK from Harrods, so they run out on quite a regular basis as well. So it's not always in stock at Harrods, and they're the only people in the UK that are stocking it at the moment. So this is a really good version. But not only that, it's in Initio's Oud for Greatness, has that sort of saffron ambroxan DNA in the opening. There's a Widian fragrance as well, and also Initio's Oud for Greatness and Widian, I think it's Liwa. These are really expensive fragrances for not a lot of juice, and they're like Oud for Greatness is like 250 quid a bottle. Obviously there's a lot more to it than just it being a BR 540 clone, but the opening is there. It still smells the same. They're all using that same DNA. And I'm not for 1 minute saying that this is as good as Oud for Greatness, or even smells that much like Oud for Greatness, because it doesn't. But it does have a very similar opening, because they are lifting that DNA from Maison Francis Coeur de Gen's Baccarat Rouge 540, and 540 and the extract as well. They all have that same smell. Now, if you want that smell and you want to pay top money for it, brilliant. That's always going to be your best option. But they are phenomenally expensive fragrances. The Thomas Kosmala is an expensive fragrance. This, £12. £12 to recapture that DNA. Now, this won't have the same performance as the others. It won't at all. But what I will say is, for 3 hours, this smells fabulous, and it does kick out. Then it kind of drops off a bit after that and becomes a skin scent. Now, the difficulty in reviewing anything with that BR 540 DNA is the magic of that fragrance is in the air around you. I have become quite quickly accustomed to it, and I go a little bit nose blind to it. That's why I like the Thomas Kosmala one the most out of all of those, because I don't go nose blind to this. This has got heavy enough. This is, the TK number 4 is heavy enough on my skin for me to smell it all the time. Even with real Baccarat Rouge 540, I go a bit nose blind to it after a couple of hours. So I'm not necessarily smelling it myself, but I know people are smelling it around me. Now, this is new to me, so I'm assuming that the same thing's happening. I wore it on the school run this morning, as I said. I didn't really speak to anyone anyway, so there was no one to sort of, can you still smell me? That awkward conversation. And no one came running up to me and gave me a compliment either, which is kind of normal. So I don't know. I'm assuming that this still kicks out long after it's gone from my nose, purely because of the DNA. What I'm going to do though is, my wife's a big fan of this BR540 DNA, and she has some BR540 DNA BR540 samples. She also has Ariana. Oh, I can't talk today. Ariana Grande's Cloud, which is another one that's very, very influenced by Baccarat Rouge 540. So I'm going to give it to my wife to wear, and then I can smell her and see how long I can smell it on her for. But my feelings are that this is a very long-lasting perfume, and it certainly captures that magic in the opening. It's really, really strong and really, really good. I honestly cannot believe how they can make these, both of these, with these sort of glass bottles, with this amount of liquid for what you can actually buy them for. It's amazing. As I say, they're both 11, 12 pounds a bottle. That's 70 mils, which is, you know, this is really, really good. No disrespect to Perfume Parlour, but they do a clone of BR540, and I think that's £14 for 50 mils in a standard Perfume Parlour bottle, which is very good. I've tried it. Smells really, really good. But with these, at least you get something that's a little bit more original looking in terms of presentation. I think performance-wise, they're all kind of around the same thing. But, as I say, Herba Pura, and that is Ana Abiyedh Gold, I believe. And this one is Baccarat Rouge 540 in a nutshell, Ana Abiyedh Rouge. Now what we'll do is we'll get Rich to put up the actual names of them, so regardless of what I'm saying, you'll see it in written format on the video, and then you won't be confused. But seriously guys, if you're looking to, you know, just have a fun fragrance, something sweet, something, you know, good for a laugh, that costs such little money, you really, really should be having a look at these two. There's another one as well, I believe is one of the, it's a clone of one of the African leather, or it's one of the Memo Paris clones, I believe, but I've not tried it as yet, so I will endeavour to get a bottle, and when it arrives I will you know, put the review up so you can see. But yeah, just to finish, honestly, it's a no-brainer. If you like that sweet ambroxine, good in the air, good fun fragrance, have a look at these two. They're really, really good. Listen, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to hopefully film a video tomorrow where we're just going to be talking about fragrances and do some reviewing of layering fragrances, and I'll get that out as well. And then what we'll do when that comes out, we'll start getting these giveaways done. So listen, thank you very much for your time. Always a pleasure. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers guys, take care, bye.